My stepdad died suddenly and peacefully one night, and it was up to me to organise the funeral. My mother passed away years ago. In his later years, my stepdad mostly kept to himself. He didn't really have any friends or anything like that. I had trouble tracking down any old friends from his younger years that may have liked to attend his funeral, so ended up just being me and my brother. Whilst we were at his tombstone, I noticed a shadowy man in the distance behind a tree. For a split second, I caught a glimpse of their face, and I felt like I recognized it, as difficult as it was to see. As eerie and spooky as it was, the man vanished, and it wasn't until later that I properly thought about the incident. It was the following weekend. I started cleaning his house and came across that suspicious, dusty cardboard box. I didn't know what I was expecting to find. I was just curious as it had a lot of old stuff in there and maybe I could find something of value. But what I did find completely shook me. It was a newspaper from a long time ago. The headline was eye-catching. It read, "Man kills entire family, gets death sentence." But what disturbed me wasn't so much the headline, it was the photo accompanying it. There was a man in handcuffs being escorted by police. It was unmistakable. The man in this picture looked exactly like my late stepfather. I rushed downstairs. Thankfully, I was yet to pack his computer away. It didn't take too long for me to find details on the crime and the assailant. I won't be going into any details, but it read that this man killed his whole family and was given a death sentence. It was later commuted to life in jail. He was released after just 8 years and released on parole. The man would later change his name and start a new life. I was in shock. I could not recall any indication that he was a man capable of this. He was kind, respectful, and never violent. I did, however, remember something from my childhood. Many times, I recall waking up in the middle of the night to my door slightly ajar. Once my eyes adjusted to the dark, I noticed there was someone staring at me from the door. It was my stepfather. This sent chills down my spine. Did he do this as he was perhaps thinking of wiping us out so he could start a new family? I'll never know. I then realized why the face I saw at the funeral was so familiar. It was that same stare my stepfather would give me when looking into my room at night. Was he the man at his own funeral? Was it perhaps a son nobody knew about? I had to push this to the back of my mind. I'm just glad that I managed to survive my childhood, because he had many opportunities to wipe us out.